That the Bible's much deeper. Even things that would be considered the milk of the Word are very complex subjects. They have layers to them. The milk of the Word obviously is something good for a new Christian to start learning, and something good for a new Christian to start reading, and different subjects and doctrines like that can be more simple, but they also have layers to them. And you can continually study these subjects, and you can continually grow and learn more things about these subjects. Now, that's point number one. This is not just a simple subject. Point number two is that not only is this a deep subject, but there's something that's very much overlooked when the Bible talks about God's breath and how God gives life and how His breath contains life. So you're in Job chapter number 4. Look at verse number 9. So we're just going to look at a few mentions of God's breath. That was the very first mention of God's breath that we read in Genesis chapter number 2. And we saw in Genesis chapter number 2 that God's breath played a very significant part in human history. Not just in human history, especially in the Bible, because God chooses what He's going to record from the beginning to put things in a certain light, to give us a certain knowledge or a certain understanding. And God makes sure that the very first mention of His breath, that He likens it, or He has it basically in the aspect of life, that it's able to give life. Look here at Job chapter number 4. Look at verse number 9. A mention of God's breath. It says, "By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of His nostrils are they consumed." We're going to fly through these. Turn over, we're saying this book, Job chapter number 37. Job chapter number 37. Job chapter number 37, look down at verse number 10. The Bible says, "By the breath of God frost is given, and by the breath of the waters is straightened." Turn to 2 Samuel chapter number 22. 2 Samuel chapter number 22. Look at 2 Samuel chapter number 22, look at verse number 16. It says, "And the channels of the sea appeared, the foundations of the world were discovered, at the rebuking of the Lord, at the blast of the breath of His nostrils." Now turn over to Psalm chapter 18. Psalm chapter 18, verse number 15. So we're going to see this actually is another time that same verse is quoted. Psalms chapter 18, verse number 15. It says, "Then the channels of waters were seen, and the foundations of the world were discovered at thy rebuke. O Lord, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils." Last one from Isaiah chapter number 30.